is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
It's a Monday morning, boys and girls. Can I just ask you, that shouldn't have been echoing at all, if you see what I mean. Well, it's a little bit of a technical thing with music and jingles echoing yesterday, and that should have echoed. Then I think I had a button pushed that shouldn't have been pushed. There's a selection of buttons in front of me here, and sometimes you knock one on, do you know what I mean? I do like to be knocked up myself. Anyway, good morning to you. It's Monday morning again. Yes, another week has come around. The 22nd of June 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you as always from Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire. So that music, did that sound all right, or was it echoing a little bit? Do let us know there, okay? We've already had a super chat come in so early today, I must say. So there you go. Thank you, Peter Wright. Ticket number 630. All right, anyone who sends us £1 super chat will get a free raffle ticket for Thursday's raffle this week, which is for one of our exclusive UK Lockdown 2020 mugs. Oh, yes, baby. You know you want one, okay? Can only be got by winning something. Usually the bingo, sometimes the Super Chatters raffle, as is the case on Thursday. All right, my darling, so welcome along to you there. We have I've got two of these, actually. One's like, would you say, one's, I don't know how you explain it, actually. The other one's got like a dark blue background. This is just completely little Union flags on there. I hope you like it. Don't start screaming racist, because you'll be blocked immediately, dear. I'm anything but. Do you know how many... doesn't matter anyway, my love. Anyway, so there we are. I hope that sounded all right. Adam the plumber's desperate for a mug, aren't you, my love? Well, you might win one, Adam. You might win one, my darling. You never know. As I said last night, only 9 days now till the end of July. We've now had the longest day of the year. And I have to say, I was sitting there after the bingo show last night, which was great. Great bingo show last night. So thanks very much for playing. All right. Yeah, I finished and I went downstairs, done some dinner. What did I have last night? I was hoping to have vegan sausage rolls last night. I haven't got any left. They come from Aldi usually. Dirt cheap. Very nice. I might order some from Iceland, because they do the Greggs ones, don't they? Yeah, let's try. I've not had a delivery from Iceland. Not that I could have much. My freezer is absolutely stuffed. It's absolutely stuffed. I've been preparing for the second wave. Here's the first wave. Dude. Here's the second wave. Dude. Go on, give me a third wave. Force yourselves. Wave at the computer this morning, or the television, however you're watching there, eh? I'm preparing for the second. Oh, yes, dear. I've got a freezer full of food. I've got tins of stuff. It's all in the decontamination chamber next door. I have 2 items to show you, but not today. I think I'll be able to show them to you tomorrow. 2 items that a friend, a very good friend of mine's wife has sent me, who has just started joining us from the show. I don't know if she's here yet or not. Denise Andrews. She sent me a beautiful watering can flamingo, which is absolutely fantastic. I like things like that. A watering can flamingo, which you will see live and exclusively only on this programme tomorrow morning. Absolutely. You can't turn on the telly and see this sort of stuff. Good God, no. You turn on little BBC One and little Naga's on there, you know, being clever with someone else. There'd be a couple of politicians. There'd be Piers Morgan screaming and shouting on the other channel, or any number of repeats on any of those minuscule channels. Not here, darling. On this channel tomorrow, it will be exposed. I will expose it for you tomorrow on this channel, but I'm going to do an exposition. An exposition is going to happen on this channel tomorrow morning. Not only the pink flamingo watering can, but also a pair of slippers. Oh, yes. Denise has sent me a pair of slippers because... And the reason is, for some reason, I showed you my slippers the other day, okay, and she thinks these are worn out. I don't know why. She thinks they're a little bit worn out. Oh, a little bit... a little bit worn out. Now, you see, I see something like this. I see another few years where left wearing this. I do see. Can you see that? Do they look all right to you? Adam the plumber? They look all right to you, Peter Wright? Huh? There's years of wear. I mean, the backs have gone down a little bit. Yeah, that's only because I'm too lazy to put my feet and to sit down and pull the back over. But there's no holes in them. Look. Okay, the tread has gone a little bit, which could be dangerous on carpets, but I think there's years of wear. What I might do is I'll let you just, again, something that you can't do on any other channel, If you see Naga on the telly tomorrow morning, right, and she's got a little outfit on that you don't quite like, and you mention it to her, do you think she's going to go out the back and change it? No, of course she's not, dear. She's not. But tomorrow, again, another exclusive, a live and exclusive thing will happen on this channel tomorrow. I will get you to choose whether I should keep wearing the old slippers and put the new ones away in the cupboard, for when these ones completely wear out, or to actually, perhaps, is there any, there's always those charity shops. I could take these in there, couldn't I? Because, of course, these would, I know what we'll do. We'll give them away as a prize. These will be worth a lot of money one day. Slippers as actually worn by international television professional presentator Chris Reardon. You want these, don't you? I think we'll possibly auction them off for super chats. Would that work? Is that appealing to you at all? It's not the state of the slippers, it's who's worn them, dear. I've heard that there's a pair of the Queen's knickers going around on eBay for a lot of money. You see? These knickers are from the 1950s. And they have been worn I think the elastic's gone in them, to be honest. She probably has to take them in a little bit now, because as you get older, you do lose the weight. As you can see, I'm still waiting for that to happen at the moment. But I think the Queen's knickers, they're going around on eBay for a lot of money. It's not the state of the item, it's who worn them. And I've been wearing those slippers. Yes. Yes, worth an awful lot of money. So as I say, only 9 days now till the end of June, and then we're into July again. As you may have noticed, we had a lot of stories going around last week in the usual trash press. Things like the Daily Star and the Sun, those sort of newspapers, boys and girls. The end of the world was going to be yesterday. So we may well all be dead now. I'm not 100% sure of that. We may all have died yesterday. And our souls, those of you that have, there's a few of you on here without any soul at all, I'm telling you that now. Few of you on here with no soul at all. Our souls may well have transformed to another place and we've all stuck together. And that's what, we may all be dead now. Because the end of the world apparently was yesterday. Yet another prediction for the end of the world. So we might be dead. So if we are, welcome to heaven. It's very nice to have you here, all right? I've been watching an old Eurovision on the telly. How sad is that? 1991 Eurovision from RTI, which is the Italian broadcaster from Rome. And I have to say, every single song I've liked on there, our song was A Message to Your Heart. Do you remember that? Samantha Janus, or Janus, very unfortunate surname. Very similar to other words, isn't it? Samantha Janus. A message to my heart. Ba 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 ba. Oh, wonderful. So I highly recommend that. There's lots of whole Eurovision song contests on the YouTube. Various different people have uploaded them, again, in various different types of quality. Sometimes you don't get the English commentary, but it doesn't matter anyway. You can still sit there and enjoy the show. So, highly recommended. If you want something to do a whole evening's entertainment, the 1991 Eurovision YouTube from RAI in Italy. Look for the one with German commentary, okay? That's a really good quality picture on there. And lovely to see the orchestra still on stage at the moment. Ronnie Hazelhurst was conducting our song. He was great. He disappeared a few years ago. He died a few years ago. What a talented man. And I think that's what's missing in my opinion, on Eurovision Song Contests and other big music shows nowadays. They don't have the orchestra on the stage. They're out of sight. They've recorded... I don't know if they're live. The one exception to that was Austria. When they did the song contest from Austria a few years ago, when Conchita Wurst won, with, you know, that one, Rise Like a Phoenix, as sung excellently by Matt Gardner, who's often with us for the quiz and the bingo night. That, the orchestra did appear for about 10 seconds. It was amazing. The camera swung round and this great big thing opened, and there was the orchestra playing behind it. But I do miss the orchestra being on the stage and watching all the violins going up and down, a bloke on the drums, and indeed the conductor from years ago. They took them all off. I think it was all about saving money, because I do believe that orchestras charge a lot more if they are actually in vision. I think it's an enormous shame that the orchestras were ever taken off the Eurovision Song Contest. But there we are, one of those things. My washing line snapped yesterday as well. I've had to order a new washing line. A new washing, which will arrive today. And I'm going to keep an eye out from that, because something happened yesterday that I was a bit concerned about. And that is an Amazon delivery arrived. Now, what was it yesterday? What was it arrived yesterday? I can't even remember what it was arrived yesterday. Anyway, so it was, I think, was it the slippers? Was it the slippers arrived? I think it was the slippers arrived yesterday. So the slippers arrived yesterday. I was in bed and I heard the doorbell go ding dong, and I heard a knock as well. Now, if you hear a knock as well, it's generally the Amazon man. Okay, he knocked for whatever reason. He knocks as well and rings the bell. Ding dong. There and my Amazon speaker said there is somebody at the front door. Oh, okay, the slippers have arrived. That's fine. Anyway, so I'm kind of dozing off, back to sleep after during my afternoon nap. So this would be about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm just drifting off, and the doorbell went again. About a minute later, right, ding dong, and my speaker announced once again, there is somebody at the door. I thought, oh, the Amazon bloke's rung twice. That's unusual. Anyway, I didn't think anything more about it. So eventually I woke up and I got up and I went straight outside and picked up my little parcel, took it out of the envelope, lovely pair of slippers from Denise, and took them straight out to the decontamination chamber where they will sit for a few days. Oh, I won't be able to slow them for you tomorrow, will I? Because I haven't been in there long enough yet. No, I'll have to leave them in there a little bit longer. But you'll see the flamingo tomorrow morning anyway. And I thought, I wonder why he rang the bell twice. So I got my Ring app. Now, I want you to have a look at this. I opened my Ring app to see why he'd rung the bell twice. And he hadn't. He hadn't rung the bell twice. He rung the bell, and a minute later, someone who I've never seen before, on a little scooter type thing, rung the bell a minute afterwards. Now let me find this. Here we go. There we go. So we've got 1712 was the Amazon man. Here we go. Amazon man. There he is. Amazon man. Amazon man knocking at the door. Ding dong. You don't hear that, okay? And that's normally what they do at the moment. They ring the bell and then they go. They don't wait for you to answer, right? A minute after that, and you tell me, perhaps you'll think I'm being a little bit silly here, but I've never seen this person before. A minute later, this one appears. Now look. He looks down at the parcel. Now, I've never seen him before. And he waits. And I think he sees the camera. And he waits. He has another look around, look. And then he's gone. Does that look dodgy to you? Let me show it to you again. Because I think that looks a bit dodgy. I think he was after the parcel. One moment, please. He'd get a fright if he knocked on my door. I'd play the old gay pervert thing. You know. Hello, what's your name then? Do you want to come in? They'd never knock again. That scares them. The proper straight lads are very scared by that. I'm going to show you again, all right? Perhaps you'll think I'm being a bit silly here and I've got nothing to worry about, but here we go. Right, so there he is, just rung the doorbell. You may say, why did he ring the doorbell? Well, to check whether I was in. Now he's rung the doorbell and he's looking at the parcel. Look, he's looking down at the... See? He looks at the parcel and then looks at the doorbell. Look carefully. Now he's off. All right? So that to me looks like he's rung the bell to see if there's anyone in and then realised it was a video doorbell. Looks dodgy to me. Don't know what you think about that. We'll see what you think about that. Let's just say hello to some of you this morning, boys and girls. Very good morning to Jason Hughes, Fran Green, Diane Jebb. Hello, Diane Strelly. Good morning, Diane. Nice to see you. When's the caravan opening? I think the week after I think next week sometime. I'm hoping next week sometime we're going to get some sort of announcement. I'm hoping to perhaps go up there either next week or the week after, Diane. In fact, the caravan site has been open since April. That has actually been open since April because we don't have any entertainment there. And people, what's the word? People self-isolated there. Now, I gather if you were there before the lockdown, you could stay there. But I wasn't. And besides, I'm pleased that I wasn't because I would have got bored up there. I would have got bored for so long because I'm surrounded by all my things here. I have very minimal things up there. I'd certainly run out of clothes and that sort of thing, you know, and probably food and that sort of thing. So there we are. But I do miss going up there. Hoping to go up there next week. Karaoke, no chance. No chance. That is not happening yet, and I don't know when. Good morning to Heidi Young. She's on the in Norway at the moment. Morning, Heidi. Mandy Davenport, good morning to you. Peter Wright is there. He sent a super chat earlier on. Thank you, Peter. Gary Davidson, good morning to you. Broke his finger. Oh, my God. It's in a splint. Good job you don't play the piano. Do you play the piano or anything? Oh, how annoying is that, Gary? That'll slow you down a bit, won't it? Poor Gary there. Morning to Michael Pullman, who's social distancing in the corner this morning, aren't you? Morning, Michael. All right. Let's see. Just scrolling down a little bit there. Who else have we got there? Andy. Good morning to you. There's Carl and his little sprinter van tearing across the country at warp speed. Morning to you. Mick Davenport in the house there. Bum. Who else is there? Thank you, Heidi. Heidi likes the jacket there. I mentioned that earlier, didn't I? It does sound all right this morning, does it? Good. Excellent. Well, we sorted out that little problem. End of June. Yes, it is end of June. Not July. Next week, of course, is July there. The curried cauliflower lattices. Oh, in Aldi. Curried cauliflower lattices. I've not heard of those, Mick. I must say I don't like the sound of it, to be honest. Morning to Daniel Holmes. Hello to you. Thank you for the wave, Mandy. There's Gavin. Morning, Gavin. Denise, there's young Denise. Morning, Denise. Hello, Denise. The slippers are done. I'm not sure about that. I think there's years of wear left in those. Years of wear left. Morning to John Aitken. Oh, did we have a little problem there? Little problem with the video going on there? We're back again. Okay. Scrolling down there. We got a little issue with the video going on there. Good morning to Park Nest. It's a good job we don't have smell-o-vision. Yeah, you're probably right there. My feet don't smell, actually. They don't, honestly. Morning to John Parrish. Hello, John. John Aitken got his slippers from Marks and Spencer's. £12. That's not bad, is it? I'd spend £12 on a pair of scissors. That's okay. My mate spent £110 on his. £110 on a pair of slippers. I can't believe it. Morning to Mr. Christopher Woodhouse. Hello to you, sir. Greetings, Chrissy baby. All right. What else we got? Michael Lawrence. Hello, Michael. Parkness took a hat back to the shop because I could hear music. I can hear music playing. The man in the shop did something and the music was gone. I asked him what he'd done. He said he took the band out. Very good. Very good. Cycle Ranger is in the house. We have to put a small notice saying you've got closed circuit TV. What makes you think I haven't got that already? What makes you think I haven't got one of those already? There's already one on there, sunshine. Already one on there. And Mick the parcelman should never leave it. They always leave it outside. Always, Mick. That always happens round here. Our streets are not that bad. There we go. A two-way doorbell. I've got one of those. Thank you. I watch them. I don't necessarily talk to them. Morning to Joe Woodruff. Morning, Joe. Lots of people think that it did look dodgy. Yeah, I thought it looked dodgy as well. Yes. So we're all on the same thing there. We're all on the same page there, aren't we? Good. So that was that yesterday, and I tried to do some DIY. As you know, on Saturday night, we tried to repair the shed roof, boys and girls. Yep, another DIY disaster. Not happening. Not happening. It's got to the point now, and I'm quite serious here, where I'm actually now considering giving all my tools away or chucking them out. I do have a few. Some of them are quite old and some of them are a bit rusty even. My nephew would gladly take them off my hands because I try and do DIY things and I could give you a list as long as my arm of DIY stuff that I've tried to do in the past. And it's just, it just doesn't happen for me. You know, paint will end up all over the floor, even with a sheet covering at the bottom there. Holes come out bigger than I intend them to do. And yesterday the roof, you know, I got this felt roof like what you put on top of a shed, and thought I could cut that and put it underneath this bit of plastic that had the hole in it. And of course I had to remove the whole, or at least pull the nails out, what was holding the corrugated plastic stuff. And I tried and pulling the nails out. I was cracking the blooming thing. So it's even worse now. Even worse. It's got to the point now, and I get so frustrated because I know there are so many people that can do these jobs. So many people that can do these jobs on here. I know you can do them. I can't do them. It's as simple as that. And all these people that say, oh, anyone can do anything, I don't agree. No. I'd like to see some of you sit here and talk for an hour unaided and be able to sometimes ignore the stupid comments. And there's plenty of those most of the time. Or the comments of people continually wanting attention. You wouldn't be able to do it. I'm telling you that now. You know, you have to find something sort of you're fairly reasonable at. Plants now, I'm not a professional gardener, but I can grow plants. I seem to be able to grow plants quite easily. DIY is just not my thing. And I was thinking about I might take all my tools up to my nephew, and then it would stop me trying to do something and getting angry with myself, not with anyone else, with myself, because I just can't do it. And in future, I can just pick up the phone and get someone, hello, would you like to come round and do this? And then that's it, done, isn't it? So, after attempting that and mucking that up as well, not only that, so now the roof is cracked even more. The guttering on the side has broken because I snapped the clip off while I was trying to pull it apart. The guttering has also come away from there because the wood's rotten, and when I pulled it, it came away anyway. And it just goes on, you know. I'll try something and completely... Oh, hang on a minute. These blooming messages are getting on my nerves now. I'm sorry. If I keep seeing messages flashing up all the time, I just can't get on with the show. Hey, there you go. I've lost the thread now because I'm looking at the messages. Where were we now with that? Where were we now? Oh, yes, so the tools. I'm actually considering just taking the tools up to my nephew, and then I'll be done with it. And then I won't be able to do it again. You see, I won't be able to attempt to do something. I'll just have to pick up the phone and ring someone. And, you know, there's not an awful lot that goes wrong with a house, is there? You know, you get, like, gaps of times where nothing happens at all. And you tend to get things that all happen together, don't you? Perhaps you've had one or two DIY disasters before, have you? You ever tried to do something and it just completely mucks up? Oh, dear. Anyway, so I put a little note on Facebook about I had this lean-to that needs to be fixed. Quite a lot of the wood in there is not rotten. Okay, it's not. It's just like a little piece of it, and the roof as well. Now, me and my friend, we actually replaced the roof some years ago. We managed to do it. And we managed to do it, and it didn't leak. You know, we replaced all these corrugated plastic things. And that corrugated plastic thing, when you first buy it, it's quite flexible. You know, it's difficult to break. Once it's been up there a few years, it becomes very brittle, very, very brittle. And what's happened is cats jump up onto the side and walk across it to get to my fence. And then somehow they balance on the fence as they walk around, don't they? I love cats. And that's what's happened. Where they jump up, it's cracked. And in fact, there's a hole in it there. So that's one place, and there's another place as well. Anyway, so I put this message on Facebook, and a bloke replied to me privately and said, I'll come and have a look if you want. And he came round yesterday afternoon. Nice chap he was. And he looked around and he said, I'll get back to you tonight with a price. So I'm waiting to hear from him. He didn't get back to me last night, but he come back to me with a price. I've got an idea of a figure in my head. I always worry about being ripped off, you know. But I've got a figure in my head which would be, I think, fairly reasonable. And it's actually, funnily enough, it's exactly the same figure as my brother-in-law told me I'd be probably looking at paying for. So I got that a bit right, you know. And that's it. And then I noticed on the Facebook 2 other people, all sort of round about 30 years old, these lads were. 2 other people have messaged me as well, just asking me if I've found anyone to do it yet. So I'm hopeful that that will get done now. And what I'll do is get the plastic corrugated roofing replaced with wooden felt. So if anything jumps up on there in future, it won't go through the thing. And of course the guttering and the rotten bit as well needs to be replaced. So won't need to buy a new one at all. You know, that one's still perfectly all right. I don't believe in wasting money. My mate's a bit like that. You know, he finds a small scratch on something, he goes and buys a new one. I think that's just a terrible waste. If you can repair something, absolutely repair it. You know, it's nothing to do with being tight or anything like that. It's just a waste of time. So there we are. That's the latest DIY disaster. Anyone mentioning DIY disasters on there? Jason says needs ripping down and starting again. I don't think. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Certainly not. If it was needed that, I'd say that. Doesn't need doing that. No one mentioned that. Okay. Oh, you see, you comment waiting for the whole story, don't you? Dear me, what? I don't. Is that a text coming through there? No text coming through there. Good. So that's. I tell you what. Let's do the raffle early today, shall we? Let's do the raffle today. Okay. Let's do the raffle. Someone's about to win a fridge magnet, boys and girls. Okay. Are you ready for a fridge magnet? Here we go. Fridge magnet time coming up now, boys and girls. Fridge magnet. Let's mix those tickets. Did I see a pink one in there? How is those in? Oh, that's from. Oh, it's from last week, that, isn't it? They're from last week, they are. Sorry, I was wondering why there was different colours. When did we change the tickets? Was it last Monday? I think it was last Monday we changed the tickets, wasn't it? Okie doke, here we go. Let's do it. Jason says I might get a date out of it. Oh, I wish. Actually, all the lads were really good looking. I've got to say, I had to send pictures of the various lads offering to do my job to my niece so that she could choose one for me. I'm not sure if that's the right way to choose a workman, though, is it? All right, good luck, everyone. Let's see who's going to win the raffle prize today. This is for a fridge magnet. Here we go. Let's run the drum roll. And it's ticket number. I have a ticket in my hand. There it is. It's ticket number 102. Blue ticket number 102. Who's got blue ticket number 102? Eh? Claim your raffle prize now. I'm ready for your raffle prize. And these all go in here. Ready for the next super draw, which is Tuesday week. It's tomorrow week, okay? Next super draw. And that will be for either a fridge magnet or a mug. The choice is yours. Today's was for a fridge magnet. So who's got blue tickets? Oh, look at this. How awful. There's a crisp on the floor. I wonder if it's still edible. No, probably not. Not eating that. John Aitken. Where's John there? I've started painting the hallway. Done the woodwork. Just the walls to do. My back is sore today. No, thank you. Not for me, I'm afraid. Certainly not for me. No, I won't be doing anything like that. No more DIY. Get rid of the tools. I said to my mate, I think, I'd like to go through that lean-to and start chucking stuff out. I mean, there's a couple of old chairs in there that are like, they're rotten. Absolutely rotten, which need to be chucked out. But they're things that I don't think you'd get them in the bin, if you see what I mean. Those like metal relaxer type things. So it's like a tubular sort of frame, isn't it? With like a softy lay down type thing. I don't sit in the sun, not really. I never really sit in the sun or anything like that. So, not for me really. Anyway, so there we go. Ticket number 102. Blue ticket 102. So whoever's got that, please claim your prize for your fridge magnet. Very pleased to tell you my computer is sorted. Yes, I've been having a bit of an issue with the computer, which I mentioned, I think, on Saturday, in that I have to keep starting it twice. So I hit the start button, it whirs into action, and the Dell logo comes up and stops. Then nothing else. And I thought maybe I'm not leaving it for long enough. I went down and had dinner or lunch, I think on Saturday. Came back up again. No, the logo's still there and there's no flashing lights on the computer. And it's been doing that for about 3 or 4 days. Simply turning it off and then restarting it, it comes on. Odd, really. Anyway, I've done a little bit of looking around on the Google there. Not you today, Chris, was it? Was it not you? Oh, poor Chris, darling. Not you today, love. Did a little bit of searching on the Google, and I discovered someone said it's probably something to do with your fast startup on Windows 10. If you've got Windows 10, you probably noticed it does start up faster than it used to do on the previous versions of Windows. And I thought, okay, and you have to go into settings, power options, and then there's something like advanced settings. Morning, Shania. Something like power settings or something like that. And then you have to show hidden options or something like that. And there is a little box with a tick in it that says use fast startup. And this bloke says untick that. So I unticked that, closed the computer down, started it, and bang, it came on. And I've done that 3 or 4 times now, and that seems to have solved the problem. On further digging around in Google, it does seem that occasionally people have done these Windows 10 updates. And that has been one of the problems in the past. So one would imagine on the next update, they will fix that. So that's one problem. The other problem was my video things were not opening correctly. So I double click on a video that I'd made, like if I'm editing one of these videos, right, to send a little piece up to BBC Lincolnshire, it was opening, but the format was wrong. I was all like squashed up. I couldn't work out what was going on there, and it was a particular program that I used called Winamp. It's a very, very, it's quite an old video playout program, but it's no longer looked after by the Winamp people. They stopped doing it a number of years ago, actually, now. But it's a nice little program, actually. But it stopped working properly, and I uninstalled it, and I reinstalled it. No, not happening there. So I then downloaded... no, I didn't download it. I also have VLC, which is like another playout program. So I now open my... once I changed it to open with VLC, and that seems to have sorted out that program. So 2 programs sorted out this week, I'm very pleased to say. All right. Fran, are you going to employ your sister Sharon to do your ironing again when you go up there? Oh, yes, I think so. Yeah, because she needs a little bit of extra cash coming in. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't really like doing ironing. I don't get any pleasure out of that at all. And besides, as you well know, I only own the front bit for the show. This is the only time I wear shirts now because I'm not at work. I can't see that karaoke coming back anytime soon. So I've been ironing my own shirt, but of course I only have to do the front bit. Look, look. There you go, look. Morning to Maureen. Maureen has just texted in to tell us she has ticket number 102. Ticket number 102 is indeed Maureen. Well done, Maureen. Round of applause for Maureen, everyone. Well done, Maureen. Maureen's one of our texts-in. She watches the show on her telly, so she can't use the text box. So there we are. 102 today is Maureen, and she's just texted in now. Congratulations, Maureen. If you'd like to just text over your full postal address with the postcode on there, I shall get that in the post for you this morning. And you've won one of our brand new fridge. I say brand new. These are 6 months. Can you believe 6 months I've been giving these away? Where's that gone? Where's that gone? Are we closer now to Christmas? Hang on. June, July, August, September. We're halfway through the year. We'll be halfway through the year on Thursday. And then it's 6 months to Christmas. Untrue, innit? There you go, Maureen. Text us over your full postal address and I'll send those off to you. Lots of people saying well done to you, Maureen, there. Maureen can't see the chat either. She can't see it at all. So Jason, Andy, Peter, John Aitken, Mick Davenport's out. Are you going to buy another car, are you? Good luck to you there. Fran, Michael. As Michael Lawrence knows you, Maureen, of course. Chris Woodhouse, he knows you. He's with us this morning. All wishing you congratulations, and Shania as well. So well done to Maureen this morning for winning this week's raffle. All right, darling? Well done. Very pleased for you, my love. We'll be giving out raffle tickets, as always, at the end of today's show. So that's it. The computer's nice and sorted, I'm pleased to say. And a little bit of Google searching around sorted that one out. Now, picnics. Picnics. Anyone ever go for a picnic? Do we like a picnic? Picnic. Long time since I've been for a picnic. You know, the blanket comes out and all that business. Well, in today's Metro, it says here, everything you need for the ultimate picnic, from food to baskets to blankets. Now, what do you put in a picnic as a matter of interest? Have you ever been on a picnic recently or what? Ever been on a picnic? Well, in the Metro, it says, forget bars and pubs. 2020 is all about the socially distanced picnic. Yes, get that blanket out, boys and girls. It happens today. The start of National Picnic Week is today. National Picnic Week. I'm liking the sound of this. I quite like to perhaps get on my bicycle, go for a bit of a long cycle. That's, when I say a long cycle, about an hour each way. Now, this is the thing. If you go on a long night, you think, oh, I'll go cycling for 2 hours in one direction. Remember, you've got to come back. This is the difficulty when I've cycled from the Lincolnshire television studio complex to my sister's house. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes to get to my sister's house from there by bike, by push bike, which I can just about do. It's the cycling back. My God, it nearly kills you. This is where you need an electric bike. And I quite like to sort of, I don't know, get a few bits and pieces together. Maybe a little thing of sandwiches, flask of tea, some crisps, maybe a little bit of chocolate or a cake or something like that, and go cycling somewhere. I don't know where I would end up. Like Virginia Water, where I went the other week. Perfect place to do it. And just stop there, prop my bike up against a tree, open I suppose I would need a blanket. If you're going to do it properly, you've got to have the blanket as well, haven't you? Open a blanket. I don't think I've got a blanket, have I? Have I got a blanket? Oh, yes, I have, but it's not a real blanket. It's one of those... oh, yes, I have got a woolen blanket, but it's up at the caravan. Yeah, it's a really old... It's so old. I used to take it on Cub Camp. Woolen blanket, you see? Woolen blanket. Wonderful. I'd have to get the blanket out and put that out and sit there and have my sandwiches and all. I quite like the idea of doing that, actually. Yeah. What would you have in a picnic? It says, to celebrate this occasion in the Daily Metro this morning, we've put together a list of everything you need to have the ultimate day out in the park. Booze, snacks, blankets and baskets. There's lots to pack before you head out. Now, I wouldn't be interested in booze. Well, I mean, I've got like a little bottle of champagne. You know, one of those little ones. I mean, I could have that, couldn't I? Oh, that would be really nice. That would be really nice. A little picnic on my bike or something. And you know, wouldn't eat too much because, of course, you've got to cycle with all that food in you coming back again. Just cheese sandwiches, that sort of thing. You can, of course, buy picnics and that ready-made as well, can't you? You can. I know some of the big stores in London, like Fortnum and Mason's, Harrods. I think John Lewis do one as well. And people will make one up to deliver to you. I mean, I don't know how they would deliver fresh sandwiches to you, but there you are. There's, in the Metro, the Catherine Kidson picnic basket, which is going to cost you £85. It says it's a wicker basket to carry the goodies in. Me sees a tad on the pricey side. It doesn't include the carrier. It comes with 4 plates, glasses, cutlery, as well as a built-in cooking bag for your beverages, cooling bag for your beverages. They do a Solar Hamper for 4. It says if you're itching for a restaurant meal and can't wait until the 4th of July when it's anticipated these will be allowed to open again, this is a great alternative. Sorella, which is in Clapham Common, is selling a picnic food hamper of delicious morsels such as, what's this? Truffle arancini, fennel salami, focaccia, and more. Yes, it's expensive, but not if you share it with 3 friends. How much was that one? £100. £100 for a picnic? Jesus! And it's got various other things. They've got a little cocktail pack here for £16, which you could put in your basket, couldn't you? When it comes to pre-mixed pot cocktails, you're sport for choice this year, as many bars have put together drink-at-home kits for the finest tipples. We recommend the affordable World of Zing travel pack, where you can choose from 5 different boxes based on which spirit you prefer. If you're planning a long day in the park, best to get 2, for those of you that like a good old drink, innit? There's the Cheese Geek Kit. Now, this is £50, which is an awful lot of money, I think, to spend on cheese. It says, what's a picnic without snacks? Can it even be called a picnic? No, not really. With that in mind, order yourself the Tina Cheese Kit from the Cheese Geek. It will arrive with 5 fromages paired with Peter Yard's crisp breads and a condiment. What type of cheeses you receive in the box is a surprise. Now, what would you put in your picnic? Tell me what you'd have in your picnic. Now, this sounds like the one for me. Oh, hang on a minute. Where has it gone now? The Hope and Joy Tea and Cake Hamper. Oh, yes. It says picnics aren't just about boozing. Well, they're certainly not for me. It doesn't appeal to me ever to get drunk. Doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid. I'm not a drinker at all. I can't stand it. I cannot remember the last time I got drunk. I would have been in my 20s, I think. In my 20s. Seriously, that long ago. You know, you start, and then your head starts, or when you close your eyes and your head starts going around. How is that pleasure? I don't get it. Oh, I can't know. It says, if you're isolating on your own, live far away from friends, or just don't want any company on your day out, this is the kit for you. Dubbed the Relaxed Hamper, it contains everything you need for a mindfulness-themed day in a park, including tea, clementine and almond cake, and with citrus syrup. Oh, yes. And a cute book on how to calm your mind. And that's only going to cost you... Oh, it doesn't say the price on that one. No price on that one. And then it goes to various other things. You can get this inflatable chair, but I think a picnic is all about sitting on the blanket on the grass, isn't it? You can get a mini keg for £35. Take that with you. Deli meats. Selection of deli meats, £25. Thank you, Maureen. I got your address there. There you go. You can get a blanket there for £10. I mean, it won't be a woolen one, will it? You can take music with you. I wouldn't want to take music with me on a picnic, simply for the thought of perhaps upsetting someone else who doesn't want to listen to it. You know what I mean? There's too many people out there. They're completely oblivious to other people around them. They just, I'll do what I want to do. I wouldn't want to upset someone else in the park because of my loud music. And let's be honest, there's plenty of them. Have you ever been to a park and seen all these blooming speakers banging out music all over the place? How annoying is that? And beaches as well. Dreadful. No respect for what other people might be wanting to sit there like me in peace and quiet. God. So let's see. Anyone talking about picnics there? Let's have a look. Oh, John Paris. Sherry is now walking around making the weird noises you make. What weird noises are these, John? And one or two people have mentioned these weird noises. You must be listening or watching something else, John. I don't make weird noises at all, ever. Greg's... let's have a look there. My niece makes up the hampers for Fortnum and Masons. She sent one to Elton John for £2,000. £2,000 for a picnic? Why isn't he inviting me, John? Could you have a word with Elton? I'd love to go for a picnic with him and his other half. Oh, what a scream we'd have dear. I'd love that. Because he don't live far from here, does he, Elton? I think he's in winter. Because I went out with a lad, about 25 years ago, maybe. And he was a butler to one of the big houses in... on the way to Windsor he was. I can't remember the exact road. And he was telling me Elton just lived a few doors along there. Yeah, Elton John. I like him. I went to see him in Las Vegas, not with my nephew. The time I went before that, and he was doing the multi-million-dollar piano concert, and he had this great grand piano on the stage with all these LED screens on it. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic it was. Yeah, £2,000. Morning to Mr. Media Waite. Morning to Chris Woodhouse. You could have a picnic now because he's just done his lawn. You wouldn't have to go far. He bought some lawn seeds, put them all down, and his lawn was looking a little bit bare. And they've all come up within sort of 10 days, haven't they? Which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think that's wonderful. That is. It really is. Good. So no one interested in picnics. I'm surprised about that. Morning to Joseph McDonald. Used to have picnics many years ago at Burnham Beaches. Now that's not far from here, actually, Joe. Burnham Beaches isn't far from here. In fact, I think Burnham Beaches is the first place my mum and dad lived in. Is it in Slough or near Slough? Somewhere like that, isn't it? Burnham Beaches, yeah. I bet it's changed a bit now. All very different there now. Good. What else have we got here then? Let's have a little look there. Oh, John met Elton twice. He's very funny. Not the diva I was expecting. No, I don't think he would be either a diva. I mean, there's a difference with people though. You know, when they're doing a job, perhaps he's about to do a concert, and he's a diva. But he's a diva because he wants everything to be perfect for the people that have come to watch him at the concert. I was the same when I was DJing. I was terrible. Sometimes I was pretty terrible when there were people doing stuff or suggesting things, and I'm thinking, well, how's that going to look to the audience? No, they're not talking about things for the audience. They're talking for their benefit. Could you do this? No, it has to benefit most of the people out there, you know? You have to benefit as many people as you can, not just one person. When someone's there screaming and shouting for attention all the time, what about everyone else? And I think that's probably what it is. You get a lot of people who are a lot of big stars on the telly. When they're at work, they want it to look a certain way for the benefit of the people that have come to see them, and that's probably where he was a diva. I doubt very much he's a diva in his own private life. I reckon he's a really nice bloke to meet, as indeed you said there. As indeed you said there. What? Sherry, I don't know. I mean, people seem to keep talking about these noises that I make. I don't know what you mean, really. I really don't know what you mean, Sherry. Go on. Have you ever tried that noise, everyone? Yeah, this one. It's one of the first noises that great nephew James made, actually. Even before he said mummy, I got him to do these noises. Morning to George Bond. George Bond. Morning to George Bond there this morning. John, Sherry's opened her own account so that she can listen to the noises. Yeah, if you could have us going on as many devices as possible to desperately try and get the low numbers up. Thank you, John. Haunting dental surgery. Daily Mirror this morning. A building previously occupied by First Dental in Yorkshire is mentioned. We need the Yorkshire jingle. One moment, please. Jingle on ITV. There it is. There it is. Where is it? A building previously occupied... Oh, hang on a minute. Someone at my front door. Let's see if it's that lad again. Trying to steal something from my front door. One moment, please. Oh, no, it's the sun. It's okay, it's the sun. Nothing to worry about. You see? See, the thing is, by the time they've seen the camera, it's too late. It's got them. Yes! Always watching. A building previously occupied by First Dental in North Yorkshire has been left abandoned for 8 years with its contents including false teeth and jaw mould still left inside. Eerie photographs. Eerie, very strange and mysterious. Eerie photographs. Eerie photographs. Give a look inside a long-forgotten dental surgery which has stood vacant and abandoned for 8 years. The haunting images show tables scattered with moulds of human jaws and sets of false teeth implants left strewn across the floor. The building opened as First Dental in Harrogate in 2000, specialising in dental moulds for dental prosthetics, but also served as a general dentist. Before that, the site was occupied by another dental people. And it closed its door in 2012, and they've got pictures of it, and it was just left to rot. And there's all these dental moulds and things like that. Well, they've all got moulds growing on them. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, dear me. Well, mind you, if you're desperately short of a new set of teeth, perhaps you could write to them. You could write to them and get cheap teeth there. Good morning, Gary. Get cheap teeth there. Couldn't you? Who needs a cheap set of false teeth? Morning to Rocky Rockford. It is very, very eerie, my friend. Very, very eerie and scary. I'm glad you like the jacket there. All right. Anyone see the solar eclipse? Anyone see that? Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't see the solar eclipse because it wasn't in this country. I don't know why all the UK papers were going mad on this solar eclipse that was happening yesterday. Except you couldn't see it here. In fact, there was a lot of places you couldn't see it. All the papers were carrying it. This was the Daily Mirror one. An annual solar eclipse occurs when the moon is too far away from the Earth to completely cover the sun, resulting in a ring of light around the darkened moon. Now, I remember we had one here, 1999 maybe? Somewhere around there. And I stood out there and I watched it, and it was the most amazing thing. It really was. Everything went dark all of a sudden. And it was like, it wasn't like nighttime. There was a different colour. There was a different tint or colour to everything around, and all the birds suddenly stopped singing. It was really weird and at the same time amazing. I don't know when the next one is we can see in the UK, but the papers were going mad over this at the weekend. And it says, tomorrow an annual solar eclipse is set to appear and you don't want to miss it. This is the story. This is in the Daily Mirror. You don't want to miss this annual solar eclipse that happened yesterday. It says, here's everything you need to know about tomorrow's annular solar eclipse, including what it is and where it will be visible from. So you get a bit excited, don't you? And it tells you what a solar eclipse is. When is the annual solar eclipse? June the 21st, which was, of course, yesterday. The peak of the display will be at 7:39 BST, although it won't be visible from the UK. Or why even bother to print the blooming story? In fact, it's absolutely nowhere near the UK. There was a lot of countries you couldn't see this. In fact, more chance of you not seeing it, much more chance than you, I would say 99% of chance of seeing this. This solar eclipse started sort of in the middle of Africa. You could have seen it if you... Where's DRC? DRC... Democratic Republic of Congo, possibly? Sounds about right, doesn't it? So it looks like you could see it just to the north of there. You would have seen it in Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia, parts of India, parts of China, a little bit of Thailand, and then out into the sea. That's it. Why did they make such a big story of this? No one can blooming see the thing unless you watch it on the telly, and it's pointless, isn't it, really? That's one of those things you want to be able to see with your own eyes, although, of course, you should never look at the sun. It says here, after building it up like that, telling us you don't want to miss it and all that, the Daily Mirror then goes on, unfortunately for Brits, the annual solar eclipse won't be visible from the UK. Instead, the path of light will begin in Central Africa, travel through Saudi Arabia, northern India, southern China, before ending up in the Pacific Ocean. Viewers in Eastern Africa, Middle East and Southern Asia will be able to see a partial eclipse. What a complete... They must have been desperate for stories. It's like me saying to you, yeah, I'm going to have a big slap-up meal today, and you're all invited, except you can't come. It's just mad, isn't it? Just like another non-story, says Fran. You're absolutely right there. You're absolutely right. Why you'd ever want to print something like that? But Rocky says the eclipse is 3 years old. Not yesterday's one. Was it a total eclipse? Thank you, Parkness. We had a total eclipse in 1999 there. 1999. And I do remember seeing that. It was, as I say, I stood out the front of my lovely neighbour, Babe Station Pearl. She came out and we watched it together. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. On the subject of picnics, Fran, cheese and onion cobs in hers, crisps, cheese and pickle, pork pie, muller rice, muffins, made flask of tea and coffee. Preferable beach, but in the countryside for her picnic. I've got to be honest, not on the beach for me. Or you get a grain of sand in there and it ends up in your mouth. How awful is that? Morning to Sean. Morning, Sean. Just another story. It certainly was another story. Clear Storm. Good morning, Clear Storm. Next UK eclipse, 12th of August 2026. Is that a full eclipse there? Oh, how exciting. Well, we've got something to look forward to there. United Kingdom Talk, television cameras will attempt to cover that story for you. Won't be pointless. Have you ever tried to take like a picture of the sun or something with one of these? Stars, no chance. Or the moon? I gather you can get a little clip-on lens or something like that, but no, it doesn't really happen. You need a decent camera to do something like that. I don't know, those of you that have been of our evening shows, whether it's the quiz night or the other one, you would have seen this. I'm just going to play this out to you, just the beginning of it, right? Because my neighbour did this with his camera. Just give this a chance to come on. Okay, my neighbour actually did this with his camera. That was the moon, a full moon a couple of months ago, out the front of my house. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that. What a wonderful picture that is of the moon. And he actually made that for me from his decent camera. You know, it's like proper sized camera with a long thing sticking out the front of it. Brilliant. No way you can do that on one of these, or at least I don't think you can. Perhaps you can buy a certain lens to do something like that. All right. Okay, Sean, is that to read now? Let's have a quick glance at that, Sean. Got an email has flooded in. Oh, Sean's got an electric bike. Oh, how wonderful! He's got an electric bike. What make is that, Sean? May I ask? It's an Ancher, Ancher, black bike, is it? Oh, I see the battery on the middle there. That does look nice. I'll show the, if it's all right with you, get permission from you, I'll show people that tomorrow. Is that all right? I'll show people that tomorrow there. Thanks very much. And Heidi Young has sent in a little story here, which was in the Evening Standard a couple of days ago. A woman who went viral after finding secret messages under living room wallpaper makes contact with writer. Now, you remember the story we did last week? Okay, about someone who was redecorating their house and they took up the strip of wallpaper and there was a note underneath it and said, if you decorate this room again, you will need 8 rolls of wallpaper, not 6, because I had to go out and buy some more. How brilliant is that? Well, there's another story here. Thanks very much, Heidi Young, for sending this in. She says, a woman who, well, it's in the Evening Standard last week, a woman who went viral after finding secret messages under her wallpaper from 1990s has now made contact with the writer. So this is an ongoing story. This is great. How wonderful. Charlotte Morrison decided to do some decorating in the living room during lockdown and discovered the notes when she stripped the wallpaper away, which is what we read you. Signed by a man named only as John, the previous tenant wrote in December 1977 that he was peed off and shared some advice to help her beautify her room. After, and she posted this on Facebook, John's family then got in touch on behalf because he hates social media, and instead of statuses, he writes notes. His message on the wall read, "If you ever need to wallpaper this room again, it will take 8 rolls of wallpaper." This is what was underneath the wallpaper. "I bought 6 rolls at £17 a roll." He added to his message 16 days later, on December the 21st, 1997, and said, "I didn't have enough. It really peed me off." Mrs. Morrison lives in Essex and moved into the property 5 years ago. Told The Standard, "I laughed when I saw the note, and so did my husband." And she's made contact. Where it is now. After her post was seen by lots of people, she got another message, this time in her inbox, from someone claiming to be a relative of John. She gave me the address in her area that John had lived in, and mine was one of them. He described our home when he was here and even remembered the neighbours. While the unexpected note brought a little bit of unexpected joy to the family amid the pandemic, Mrs. Morrison regretted not coming across it sooner. How wonderful is that? She made contact with a person. Oh, that's a lovely little story, that, isn't it? That's a great little story. Okay, Sean, I'll put those photos on the system tomorrow, okay? Jason gets a total eclipse when his missus walks in front of the TV. Oh, how rude. It's him. What shame your missus don't watch this. I'll be whacking you round the head for that one. Ow, we don't do domestic violence. I would. How much for the blazer? About 30 quid. 30 quid, Amazon novelty jackets. Just type in Union jacket. And you might probably find one of much higher quality than this. This is very thin, you know, it wouldn't keep you warm, unfortunately. Peeling onions. Who peels onions? Do you enjoy peeling onions? I tend to chop mine up, then chop it in half, and you try and peel away that skin. Well, in the Daily Mirror this morning, there's a better way of doing it, especially if you're angry. A lot of people seem to be angry after they've watched this show for some reason. I don't know why. A man shared his method to effectively remove the skin from an onion in a matter of seconds. And others love the hack after the video was shared. It says onions are a key ingredient of many of our favourite recipes. I've started putting an onion on roast potatoes. Or at least, you know, Slimming World roast potatoes. So that is, you get your potatoes. If they're the little mini ones, you just chuck them on the thing, don't you? Then I spray it with a bit of fry light and put them in the oven. Right? I started chopping up an onion and putting that over the top of it. Not early on, the last 10 minutes. 5, 10 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. Okay? Too longer than that and they will burn. So I pull out the potatoes when they're nearly done. Put the onion in, chopped up onion. Not too finely chopped, you know, just chopped in half and then chopped in half. And then sort of you've got quarter onion bits all over. Oh, delicious. Absolutely delicious. It says, scratching off the skin, which is not something I do, always seem to leave little bits behind, or we end up taking off layers of onion too. That's me. And the whole process is enough to leave us in tears, as you well know. One man has shared his simple but effective method to peel the vegetable, which also harnesses your anger at having to do the job in the first place. Have any of you done this? He uploaded a video with the site caption, "Apparently people enjoy how I peel an onion." He begins by cutting off the remains of the stalk, one end, and then he chops off a little bit of the other end, where the roots were, and chopping the onion in half so it splits where the stalk would have been. Placing it flat on a chopping board, he says, "Want to know the best way to peel an onion before making a fist and slamming it down?" He puts the onion there and goes bang on the top. And the skin just slides off. I've got to try this today. And I will report back to you, boys and girls. If I remember, I'll do a little video of that. Am I having potatoes today? I think so. Oh, actually, my mate might be coming round. I think he wants to get some earth today. We might do a click and collect thing at the DIY place. Although I discovered Amazon deliver earth. I think it's about £1 extra than it would be normally. 50-litre bag of earth. They're a bit heavy to carry around, those 50-litre, especially if you're not young anymore. 50 litres of earth is actually quite a heavy thing to carry. So I might have one of those delivered myself. And the bloke says it's changed his life. So there we go. Well, I never would have thought, would you? It's funny sometimes you come across these stories of people that do things that you have found difficult for you, not DIY. Not DIY, but things that you perhaps have been trying to do for years and years. And then someone comes out, that looks easy, and I'll try that this afternoon. And if I remember, I'll video that for you. John says, try dipping your potatoes in semolina powder before roasting. Oh, I don't like the sound of that, John. I quite like the best roast potatoes you can have anywhere are Toby Carvery ones. And I know how they do that because they had a little thing on the paper some years ago. They part cook them and then they put them in a colander and give them a really hard shake. Then they put them in and roast them like that. Toby Carvery roast potatoes. Oh my God, they are to die for. They're so nice. So nice. Hit it with a rolling pin, says Parknest. Poor little onion. That's violence against onions, that is. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. Deep fat for your roast potatoes, says George Bonds. I think my sister did them like that. She doesn't, for whatever reason, her roast potatoes always come out white for some reason. And last time she did them, after she cooked them in the roasting thing and they were still white, she put them in the deep fryer. That seemed to work for her. You know, I suppose we all do them differently, really, don't we? Whatever way suits you. You know, we aren't all the same, are we? Soon you're going to be able to fly in a spaceship. Nope, you don't know to go to Houston, Texas. Apollo 13, stand by Apollo 13, and 10, 9, 8. We won't have to go there. No, Cornwall, dear. Cornwall. In The Sun, couple of days old, this story, a Cornish Spaceport looks set to lift off after officials signed an agreement allowing US companies to launch into space from UK soil. Yeah. Who would you like to send to space? Anyone? What celebrity would you like to send into space? Now, you can't include Gemma Collins in this. She won't get in the spacecraft. Please. She will make all sorts of insistences on having meals served to her every 10 minutes. No space for Gemma Collins. We can't include... Don't be so nasty about Gemma. Our Gemma, who we all love. The nation's sweetheart. I don't think so, darling. A Cornish Spaceport looks set for liftoff. The deal between the British and American governments brings plans for a Cornish Spaceport at Newquay Airport a step closer. How exciting. Spaceport Cornwall will handle horizontal launches into low Earth orbit, while a new site in Scotland will take traditional vertical launches. As well as satellite launches, flights from the site will be available to fee-paying passengers who will be able to experience weightlessness. Do you want to do this? It said, this bloke says, today's exciting news that the UK and US governments have signed a new technology safeguarding agreement allows us to press ahead with US companies including Virgin Orbit that can now operate from Spaceport Cornwall. It's amazing news for the Launch UK programme and a key step to our very real target of delivering horizontal launch services with Virgin Orbit in just 2 years' time in 2022. How exciting. The deal signed yesterday paves the way for American companies to operate from Cornwall and Scotland and to export space launch technology. And then it goes into a little bit of technical stuff there. But there we are. I mean, perhaps one day we'll all be able to get on a spaceship and perhaps go for little tours around the Earth. I know old Virgin, he sold tickets, didn't he? Like, I don't know, silly money that you or I could never afford. But for people to sort of fly around the Earth on one of these spaceships, I mean, I'd like to be on something like the Starship Enterprise, you know, or the Starship Discovery, something like that, and be flying through space. Whether or not because it's quite new technology in it, whether I want to be blast off into above the Earth for like, I don't know, 10 minutes and then come back down again, that's kind of not really doing it for me. Although I suppose you could impress someone, oh, by the way, I've been into space, you know, it'd be quite an impressive thing to say there, wouldn't I? Something like that. We have a problem, Houston, says Rocky Rockford. Yeah, that's right. Morning to DSL DG2. My cat has just bought a mouse indoors. Now it's hiding under the dresser. Well, that's a present for you, you see. Eventually that'll come out with that mouse and drop it down at your feet. Cat's bought you a present, I'm afraid. Frightening. Absolutely frightening. Patience. What do you think of this with the school? They've been going on about children missing out on a lot of school this year, which of course they have done. Although, I don't know, I mean, 3 months they haven't been at school, isn't it? It doesn't seem an awful long time to me. Surely you can just tag it on to the end or something like that. What does amaze me is that after all that time of not being at school, and now they're trying to sort it out for the schools to reopen for the children safely, of course. And they want to do the summer holidays. Well, I just don't get that. Why not say, right, well, you've had your long holiday longer, twice, 3 times as long as you'd normally get anyway, and then start the schools back in August. Why is that a problem? You know, take out some of the future holidays and don't have them. You've already had them, the 3 months. I don't see the problem with that. In the Sun today, it says struggling parents have urged teachers to scrap their upcoming 6-week break and run summer schools instead, in a desperate bid to get kids back in the classroom. Well, that makes sense to me, doesn't it, you? All the teachers and that. Presumably, I suppose they've been doing something, trying to do online lessons, but there must be teachers out there that simply took it as holiday, I suppose. I don't know how it worked. It says, I'm not an expert. I don't know. You tell me, you know, have these teachers been doing something else, or did they basically have a holiday? I don't know. It says 1 in 6 parents have said summer holidays should be cancelled as their children have missed enough school as it is, a survey has found. Now, I would imagine these children were sent stuff from the schools to do lessons. I would imagine a lot of them just didn't do it. Wouldn't you? I can't see them have done that. Schools in England were shut on March the 20th. So what are we? March, April, May, June. So 3 months as the lockdown began, forcing busy mums and dads to homeschool their children. And again, you know, busy mums and dads, some people will be very good at it. Other people won't be. Not because they're useless at life. It's just how it is. It's like me with a DIY. Some people are very, very good at DIY. My brother-in-law, my nephew. Some are you. Me? No, it's not my thing. And again, you know, some people will have been able to teach their children very well, I would imagine. Other people, no, couldn't do it. Just one of those things. It says a survey of more than 7,500 parents by childcare found 18% want the summer break to be cancelled as a result. Of those wanting it cancelled, just under 75% said their children needed to make up the time they had missed in the classroom. More than half, 58%, also argued that any more time away from formal learning will be very detrimental to their education. I mean, it does make sense to me. Doesn't it make sense to you that? You know, to cancel the summer holidays and start them doing the stuff on there. Denise says lots of teachers have been working for key worker families. Of course, yes, that's a good point there. Good point there, Denise. Fran boils her potatoes 5 to 10 minutes. Drain and shake in the pan. You could do the drain and shake and put the fluffiness back. Put it in the oven with lard to roast. That sounds nice. No fool. Good morning to Peter Paliwoda. Morning to you, sir. He's got a bad back at the moment. No fool like an old fool. 72, never knew diazepam was Valium. Before taking 3 a day for a week off my trolley. Stopped taking everything, waiting for call from the doctor. Oh, I don't know about any of those pills. Are they painkiller type things? I don't really do those. I don't really do painkillers. I try. I mean, I don't know how bad your pain was. Probably intense, but I have had a bad back where I couldn't move, and I kind of just put up with it, to be honest. Not easy to do though. Not easy to do at all. Nasty. Teachers Union, says Tony King. Good morning, Tony. Would never allow that. No. Shania doesn't agree with cancelling the summer holiday. Well, you're on holiday all the time, aren't you, Shania, my love? Shania's on a permanent... Well, you live on a holiday island, the Isle of Wight, dear. What can there be to do on the Isle of Wight? Except arrange another carnival. Peter, Friday's homework, struggling at 11 p.m. on a Sunday night to do it. Oh, I hated it, homework at school. I really hated it. Even now, years after leaving school, I personally think that school, you should do the work at school. Once school's finished it, that's it. All this homework going on there. The pain in my side has nearly gone. Yes, Denise, it was about there, wasn't it? It was about there. That seems to have almost gone now. So we would imagine that was some sort of muscle thing. I do seem to have a little bit of a problem with various muscles and that, giving me the jip now and again. We got a recipe there from John Paris and all talking about these roast potatoes. Everyone does the roast potatoes on their own, don't they? Someone was mentioning Marmite the other day. I don't know how much of it you'd put in there. Put a bit of Marmite on your roast potatoes. Well, actually, that sounds quite a nice thing to do, that does, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, my God. Denise got stung by a bee on the Isle of Wight. Ended up in A&E. The only memory I have of that holiday. Did it knock you out? If you're allergic to bees, very dangerous. Generally, bees don't sting you. I don't think... The only time I've ever been stung by a bee is when I stood on one, which is understandable, If someone stood on me, I'd probably bite them. Right, get ready to ask for your raffle tickets, boys and girls, which I'll read to you after this little story in today's Super Soraway Daily Mail. Build. Boris Johnson is planning a package to boost construction and rescue the economy. Oh, not more houses. We've got a load of building going on round here. It's been going on for some years now. Entire fields are disappearing around Bracknell. Old golf clubs. There's the what's it called? The driving that we had a test track, I think, for cars around here. Something to do with the DVLC, I think it was. That's now houses. There's a lot of building going on around here, and now there's a couple of the roads that are being widened now to take all this traffic. If it gets too busy round here, I'll just up and go probably. I came here because it's quieter, but now it's getting busy around here. Denise, your husband would have noticed that Alton, where he used to live down there in Langley, wasn't it? Anyway, planning permission deadlines will be extended to save hundreds of construction projects from delays, ministers will announce. Longer hours will also be allowed to work on sites to help with social distancing, and planning appeals could be speeded up. Boris is expected to promise to build, I hope not, in a speech next week that he hopes will redefine his premiership. See, the thing is, this is the thing, it's all very well, we know that we need more houses in this country and that sort of thing, just not on my doorstep, Wherever you live, I'm sure you agree with that, Oh, yeah, we need more houses. Oh, yeah, but not here. It's always somewhere else. And it must be absolutely dire, and maybe it's happened to one or two of you before. I know where you are, Denise, and I know where your house is. Can you just imagine if the field on the other side of the road suddenly became a building site? One of those ghastly building new house estate type things. They call them developments. Yeah, a development of Lego houses. Awful. Just dreadful. But I can just describe your place, Denise. She's just like a little row of smallish houses that are just absolutely quaint little houses there. You know, one next to each other, like that. And it's just lovely. Each one has got its own character. Beautiful. Beautiful. But these new housing developments leave me completely cold. Completely and utterly cold. You go in there and you can't find your way around because every single house looks exactly the same. There you are. You got these, and then there's the garden. You know, 1 inch square behind the house. You just got about enough room in that little garden for 2 ants to wander across it, and then they take 2 steps and they've got to the end of the garden. Awful. Just horrendous, these places. But young people like them. My niece has got one. My nephew's got one. They're brand new places they love them. Not for me, though. Not for me. Maybe that's an old thing as you get older there. All right. Okay, boys and girls. Raffle tickets. Let's do the raffle tickets now, gang. Let's do the raffle tickets. Let me just scroll up to where I said raffle tickets. What colour is it? It's blue tickets, isn't it? Oh, I haven't got any out. Let me get some out ready. And we'll do today's raffle tickets. This is for next Monday's raffle, my darlings. All right. Next Monday's raffle. Ba, 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 da, ba. There we are. Got my tickets ready there. Where did we get to? Do I want to borrow one of your walking sticks? That might be an idea, Denise. You can get walking. You can actually buy walking sticks, can't you? Know people what go walking. We're like walking. Are they called walking sticks or something else? I think old Theresa May's got them, hasn't she? When she goes walking over the hills of doesn't it? She go walking in the hills in Wales or somewhere like that. I think she does, doesn't she? Right. Where are we now? Let's do the raffle tickets. Andy. Thank you, Andy. 179 for Andy. Thank you. Peter Wright, 180. Denise, darling, 181. Lovely Diane. Morning, Diane, 182. John Aitken, 183. Jason Hughes, 184. Daniel Holmes, 185. Move the tickets over. Where's Daniel Holmes? Let me scroll up there a bit. Michael Lawrence, 186. Fran Green, 187. AMS Clark, 188. John Paris, 189. Bingo tickets Sunday night. If you want to do the bingo, Daniel, send me an email to that address and I will add you to the system for Sunday night. Do that now, all right? Send me an email to that address, say, please add me to the bingo, and I will reply to your email when I've done it, okay? So do that now and you can play with us on Sunday. Tony King, 190. Heidi. Heidi, the draw was done. 102, and it was won by Maureen, darling, all right? Maureen, 102 there. Heidi Young, ticket please, 196. Maureen, 197. Maureen run today as well, okay, darlings? Okay, John, thank you for that. Where are we now? Oh, we just jumped down a little bit there. Where did we get to? Where did we get to? Thank you, Shania, 198. Peter Paliwoda, 199. Michael Lawrence has also got himself 2 free raffle tickets for the Oh, where's that noise coming from? For the Super Chatters raffle on Thursday. They're pink tickets, those ones. So let me give you a couple there, Michael. That's a good idea, waiting for everything to do at the same time like that, Michael. 631 and 632 for you on Thursday's Super Chatter raffle. Okay, Michael? 1 minute. Michael Lawrence. There you go, Michael. All right, 631 and 632 for you. That will be on Thursday morning's raffle. The prize for that one is one of our exclusive mugs. Okay? Every time someone sends us a £1 tip, I'll give you a free raffle ticket for that. Let's carry on with this one. Raffle tickets on this jacket? I'm afraid not, Rocky. No, we won't be raffling this jacket, Rocky. 200. Raffle ticket 200 for you, Rocky. This is for next Monday's raffle, the blue tickets, all right? They go out to everyone, not just Super Chatters. Rocky Rockford. I do like your username there. Okay, thank you, John. Kaz Treff, good morning, Kaz Treff. You're sitting there very quietly today. Kaz Treff is in the house. Ticket number 201 for next Monday's raffle. The Bishop is playing the Rosary tonight. Is he really? Oh, how exciting. How exciting. Do send him my full regards. Main organist for the Portsmouth. I'm now known as the main organist for the Portsmouth Diocese now. You know that, don't you? All right. Okie doke. If I've missed anyone out with those raffle tickets, please speak now, boys and girls. If you've asked by email, I'll deal with those after the show. Meanwhile, it's birthday time here on United Kingdom Talk. Happy birthday today to Chris Sloan. Morning, Chris. 34 years old today. Hello, Chris. Long time no see. Happy birthday to Chris Sloan. Susan Hayes, who is my cousin, my oldest cousin, is 64 today. Gosh, happy birthday, Susan. Oh, happy birthday, Susan. 64 today. Peter Schooler today is 57 years old. Happy birthday, Peter. Got another chap here. I'm really sorry. Your name is in like foreign letters, and I don't know what that says. I have no idea what that says, I'm afraid. But you're 45 today. Let's see where you are. I don't know. It's just shapes, because that's their language, you see. I don't know where he is. Let's have a look. Doesn't say where he is either, really. I would imagine. I don't know where you are. I do not recognise that language at all, I'm afraid. Let me just post this up and see if anyone can help me with this. Anyone know where this is from? There you go. Anyone know what that says? Anyone know what that says or where that's from? Those shapes there? And I'll come back to it. Okay? See if we can work out what that says. Because I do like to do everyone's birthday who's on the sort of birthday list that comes up there. So perhaps I can come back to there. 34 today, Josemar de Lima. Happy birthday, Josemar. Terry Gormley is a young 69 today. Happy birthday, Terry. Stephen Best, 39 years old today. Our good friend Lala. Lala is 61 today. He comes along to the karaoke. Happy birthday, Lala. And Marc Deacon Jones today is 39 years old. Only another year, Mark, till you're 40. Happy birthday to you. People don't seem to know. Is it Arabian, that one? Is it an Arabian name? Well, I really don't know. I wish I knew how to say it. Someone says it's Celtic. I don't think it's Celtic. I've never really seen those shapes before. But, well, whoever it was there, I'll put this post on there. And you're the only one whose names I couldn't mention there. So you'll know this is for you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, Happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. I just typed it into Google as someone just suggested there, and it comes up as Burmese. So I think he's possibly in Burma or somewhere like that. So whoever you are in Burma there, because we can't work out your name from those letters, we just don't understand those that sort of typeset there. A big happy birthday to you. All right, that's it for the show today. Thanks very much for joining us, boys and girls. We've got the quiz night tomorrow, of course. 8 o'clock is quiz time on a Tuesday night. I do hope you'll be able to join us for that. And, of course, as usual, back here tomorrow morning around about 8:45. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you very soon. Cheerio now.